Are we here? Are we here? Guys? What is up? We're back. You already know. So what are we doing today? We're editing. And I mean, what's new? What's up? I don't stream super often anymore, and it's kind of iffy if I even will stream each day. So what's been new? I've hit a little over a month on Accutane, and you can see there's spots. In my forehead, there's a couple spots, but the acne is like getting better. Mainly, my face is drying out. That's empty. My face is like drying out a lot, but that's expected. But the worst thing is like around my palms, I get like dead skin all like along this line right here, and then on my knuckles, which I had to use like a lot of hand lotion. But on the bright side, Accutane is supposed to cure it. It's supposed to cure the acne. I'm trying to get After Effects open. What are we doing today? I forgot to get Saber installed. So we're probably gonna be editing just the next lightsaber shot. That's doesn't require anything special. I don't know what this is, just a round piece of plastic. But it's fun to chew on. Okay, let's get the webcam here. So, out of all these shots, the main ones I can edit. What is this stuff? Oh, the handstands. No, this is so stressful to try to hold. I'm gonna voice over all this because it's so cringy, but it's also fun. What is up, Alexander? You're back. I'm also back. I'm editing. So this doesn't really need anything. This. I think that's the one we're going with. So this is gonna take a little bit of stuff. How have I been? It's been pretty good. I've been just a little bit busy between it's like school stuff, work, workouts, girlfriend, social life, all that. But we are balancing it. We are still getting time on all this stuff. So he gets shot from behind. He blocks one. Side. Okay. Very cool. So the goal here is make like a Force Ghost shooting at him while he's trying to block it. So this is going to take a little bit just getting done. So how have you been, Alexander? I haven't talked to you in a little bit. So first one is behind him. So we need to figure out what shot. Is it this one? So this is where the Force Ghost Stormtrooper shoots from behind. And we're just going to edit this little bit of him out. Right there on top. He's just going to kind of fade back out. So we need to mask him out. So I got saved last week. I started praying more often. I've been jujitsu. I That is awesome. That is really really awesome. Um, that's amazing to hear. Um, I'll be praying for you as well. Yeah, I remember. Actually, it's been a long time since I got saved. I didn't really have like the greatest like testimony or anything. It was more just I wanted to be saved, and I believed in God, and I did the prayer and all that, and I'm saved. But it bothered me for a while because it's like, oh, my testimony's weak. What am I supposed to tell people? Eventually, I learned that there's a lot more to it than just what you think. I appreciate that. You'll be praying for me as well. I was warned by a spirit. Okay. What did how did that go for you? I gotta hear more details on this. I had a spirit in my house. And it whispered in my ears. Made echoes. That's really scary, honestly. Did that have you just like feeling like kind of freaked out for a while? It did. I can tell you, my scariest experience ever in my life. So my room connected to another room. At the time, it was like a playroom, so it had like a TV in it, whatever. I was watching TV, and it was late at night, like well past midnight. And I'm sitting there, and like, just out of nowhere, I like hear like these noises because I had this art desk, and my art desk, it could like you could raise the height of it, and like you could click it up. And every time you raised it up a little bit, it would click, and then you could raise it up more and click, 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 and when it gets all the way to the top, you can let go and it'll go back down. But you gotta set it down gently or it'll like slam shut. So I'm watching this whatever, I'm watching something, probably YouTube, late at night, and I hear it click, and then it clicks again, and then the clicking like keeps on going until eventually like it goes all the way, and I hear a drop. And then like this really weird, like, almost like talking. I don't know how to describe it other than that. And I'm terrified, more scared than I've ever been. I didn't know what was going on. I didn't know what was happening. I just know I was afraid. And I start praying, and eventually it goes away. But I am freaked out. And I was already saved by this point, but I would say I was probably like struggling a little bit in the faith, and that kind of like really made me like, what's going on? I need to do more in the Bible, and I have dug around a lot in the Bible since then, so I would say it was effective, but I can also tell you it was very scary. But that is awesome to hear that you have like been saved, and no matter like how it happened, no, it's gonna be scary, but it's also gonna be, life changing. I'm really, really happy for you. That was the right thing to do. I didn't know what else to do. There's a certain point when it's like, I've been a Christian for a long time, and I've always been taught when like something's scary, something's going on, you pray. And I used to not really do that, but it's become such a habit at this point that I don't really know how else to handle fear than just pray. And it works really well, honestly. It works really, really well, but I don't know what I would have done if I didn't have God to pray to. because I was scared. But any of that stuff, no matter like how godly of like a spirit, or like not like spirit, like how godly of an angel it is, no matter how godly of whatever it is, or if it's like not angelic, if it's like demonic stuff, no matter what, it's gonna be terrifying, and it's not stuff you want to mess around with. I have prayer and breathing exercises for my therapy. Yeah, we might have talked about that before. Yeah. Um, I don't go to therapy, but my boss that I work for is like a licensed therapist, and so he kind of gives me like a lot of advice and stuff, and it's really helpful to talk to. I probably talked to him on like just life, like good. I had an evil spirit. Yeah. I hate all that stuff. It scares me so bad. But yeah, I just recommend staying away from all that if you can. Is it working? The music? Can you hear this? Let me know. Can you hear the music right now? I have music playing. And it's not showing here on the stream that that it's getting any input. I'm gonna skip this song. Is this a Christmas song? I cannot. Okay. So I need to figure this out then. Let's see here. Audio input capture. Okay. Device. Cancel. Hello? That's just my mic. Okay, that's not right. Where can I delete this at? Oh, we're gonna delete that. Mac OS audio capture. There we go. It's a little loud. That should be better. I'm glad I noticed that. I just have like gentle music playing. So has therapy been going well for you? I don't want to like intrude on your personal business, so don't give too many details and don't give anything you don't want to know. But like, just in general, have you been feeling better? Have you been working through stuff? This color like blends in with his skin tone so much. This is gonna take forever. Sorry, what did you say? I don't like want to intrude, but Like in general, have you been feeling better? Have you been doing better after like doing therapy for a little bit? That's what I asked. The delay is pretty bad on the streams, so that's not helping right now. I have. That's great. Um, yeah, I don't personally have an actual therapist I go to or a counselor. I'm a little less anxious. Okay, that's very great. Um, I don't have a therapist or a counselor. I don't really think I need a therapist, but I could see going to counseling because I don't have like a really big problem like I'm working through. But generally, I sometimes just get stressed out or whatever. But it's always really amazing to see like what therapy can really do for people and like how much of a difference it can make. And I honestly kind of been thinking lately about going into like therapy type stuff. I'm not sure if I would want to be a therapist or a counselor is like a big thing for me because I'm not sure which one I could deal with better. But I feel like I really could help people like that. And I just want to help people like more than anything. So I don't know, I'm gonna split. But I'm really happy for you. I'm glad your anxiety's getting better. Had some family problems. Yeah. It's really messed up, like the amount of stuff that happens, and like that's such a common and it's terrible thing that so many people go through is just a bad family life that I mean you don't deserve to have to go through, but I mean that's just the cards you're dealt. So I'm really happy you found some help with all that, because that kind of stuff just sucks for sure. I always try to stream like more than just like for me. I like talking to people and like stuff like not really solving stuff, but just hearing and talking to people because it helps me a lot. Just kind of getting out how I feel, and it's also just fun for me and the other person. I feel like if we can kind of talk about life. I get it. Yeah. I mean, it makes me feel so much better. I feel like I go into my next day just being like, wow, I'm refreshed. I'm ready to go get it after I stream because I've just kind of like talked out all of the feelings. I've like been social, but in like the most comfortable way to be social. And then I just get to kind of like sit back and relax. And I get to meet cool people like you. I know, I feel like we all kind of learn a little bit more about each other from stuff like this. I really wish there was a way I could just go be social and like hang out, no consequence, like in real life. But there's not a lot of stuff like that anymore. It's usually just like I can go to football games and there's not really much other like consistent stuff that's fun to go to outside of like hanging out with friends. This might look green screened in. I'll be your therapist. That's great to hear. I appreciate that. Let's talk out everything. I'll be your second therapist. Get some practice in. Or maybe a life coach. I usually can't give as much like, I can't relate to problems as well because I haven't had like a lot of like the deep, like really messed up kind of stuff in my life. But I can usually give pretty good advice. So that's always another option. Yeah, it's been fun talking to you though. Past like 2 streams. I'm gonna have to hop on the games more too. I actually bought Mask to talk to. I have like 4. What kind of mask? I haven't heard of that before. Like that, that's an idea I've never even like considered. People call me schizophrenic. I can see that if you're talking to Mask. Yeah.
Are you live?
Yep. Yeah.
Oh, I think I just broke
Yeah.
this.
I'm live. Yeah, if you're talking to Mask, I could see that being a slight problem. But if it works, it works. Wait, do you hold up here? Do you talk to Mask like just like in front of people, like in public places, or is this like you do it at your house? Because I feel like that makes a big difference. If you're at school and you just have like a mask and you pull out your backpack, okay. I'm just imagining like a kid in class pulling out a mask from his backpack and just starting to have a conversation with it. I could see that being schizophrenic. But no, in your bedroom makes a whole lot more sense. But I definitely had the wrong idea in my head there. I feel like that'd be so funny though. You should do that sometime. Just see how people react. They watch me sleep. Good for you. Oh man, I couldn't do that. That would creep me out, honestly. Well, actually, something kind of creepy that I do have in my room. Let me grab it from over here. This right here. This guy. Albert Einstein. Poster. His eyes are pointed, where when it's the other way, it's always facing my bed right there. And so if you wake up in the middle of the night and the light hits it just right, it really looks like these giant like, beady eyes are staring at me of like this old man on the wall. And when you forget it's there, it is scary. So try not to forget too much. Let's get that camera back. There we go. A little bit more. Yeah, I couldn't deal with that, having Mask watching me sleep. That's all you. But if it helps you, it helps, so. I would end up throwing something at it and breaking the wall. Yeah. I usually just try to keep it so dark in my room that you can't see anything. Because I sleep really good when it's blacked out. But I agree with you. Whenever I forget it's there, it is terrifying. That's my first move. See, that's how I'd be with the mask for sure. I feel like I guess I could probably get used to them. Are they like creepy mask or like they like I gotta know what kind of mask are these, because if it's like those whatever those like antique kind of mask that are like weird, what kind of faces, you know, that kind of stuff would be a whole lot different than I don't know what else. You look so short. The Corey Taylor's Gray Chapter Mask and Michael Myers. Okay, I know Michael Myers. Let's see. Corey Taylor. See, like the musician, singer. Oh, then that is not. Oh, okay. There's no way you think that Albert Einstein is scarier than that mask sitting in your room watching you sleep. I don't believe that. You are gaslighting me right now. I refuse to believe that. That's just, oh my gosh, that's scary. What if I am? Bro. I'm not surprised that like you've had like demonic experiences anymore. Wow. Like I could not deal with that for sure. I mean, once again, if that helps you, that helps you. That will never help me. I could not deal with that. I don't like that one bit. I always feel like my mask need friends. So that's how I ended up with 4. When you told me you talk to your mask, do your mask talk back? They speak to you. No. I'm mainly just playing with you. I'm like 90% joking. But they listen. Oh, that's so disturbing. That's also so awesome. Did your therapist recommend this? Or do like is that something that they thought of, or is that something you were doing like beforehand? She didn't. Does she know about it at least? Like, does she know you're keeping like creepy mask, watching you sleep and like you speak to them? Like, she does. Okay. Actually, that actually sounds more realistic the more I think about it. I feel like that's a really common kind of way to, I don't want to say cope, like deal with thoughts, especially when you're going through like rough stuff or you've gone through rough stuff. To have something inanimate that can kind of talk, that can just listen, and you can like talk however much you want. After I got it, I felt like it needed friends. Wait, so which one did you get first? Was it the Corey Taylor's that you got first, and then like that needed friends? The Corey Taylor, okay. Yeah, I mean, you had to get it friends. That way, if it was gonna like kill somebody, it kill each other before it kills you. I've seen stuff like this before, and it creeps me out every time. I just don't do good with like creepy mask and like all that stuff. Anything, I don't know, inanimate that's meant to be scary. It just kind of feels like it's very just kind of freaky to look at. I don't like that. I have multiple weapons nearby. Me too. I have a knife, a taser, another knife, and a baseball bat. All in my room. And if that doesn't work, I got a pellet gun as well. So I should be fine. That's the goal. I cannot tell you lately, like the amount of like crap I've heard, like people just hating on me for streaming is insane. I have 5 knives, a baton, and my fist. I gotta show you something. I have a 3D printer. I want to like make this clear. I have a 3D printer right here underneath my desk on the right side, and I 3D printed McDonald's brass knuckles because I saw a meme about them, and like it takes like 30 seconds to, or it really took like 30 minutes to 3D model based off of the photo of one I saw, and then I just scaled it up to make sure it fit my fingers, and I got McDonald's brass knuckles. These things are so much fun, and they're plastic, so in theory, I mean, these things could be like gotten through security, which is very like scary, honestly, because people could have like plastic brass knuckles anywhere. They're illegal here. I hope this is legal, honestly. I did 0 double checking. And if these are illegal, tons of people know I have them. But at the same time, where I live, laws are like more suggestions unless you're like killing somebody. And self-defense, nobody cares if you do stuff in self-defense. What country do you live in? I live in the United States. I am American. Could you not tell? I thought that was, I don't know. Most people like just like can tell like what part of the United States I'm from just from like hearing my accent. Me too? Oh. That makes more sense why you couldn't tell. Okay. So most non-Americans are better at telling who's American and not than people who actually are American, which is kind of funny. Now, don't give away like what part of the United States you're from. I mean, nobody's gonna know except me, but like I don't know, just general internet safety, I guess. Unless you just like feel comfortable telling me. I wouldn't recommend like just like doxing yourself. But my friend Brax, I built like a big Minecraft world with him. He would always like type in streams. Like he'd create a new account and be like, yo, what's your address? I'll send you like whatever. And he usually be like, tell me your address and I'll send you cookies. And I'd always know it's him. And then he asked me to hop on like Minecraft or whatever on the server. It was so stupid. And it just got more dumb every time he'd do it. All the way to the east. All the way. So let's think here. There's a couple main spots. You're probably not from Florida, because if you're from Florida, you just say you're from Florida. Hey, what is up? Hey, yo, George. How's it going? You've not there. Cause yeah, if you're from Florida, you usually say you're from Florida. I'm really trying to think. I don't know my maps very well. I know North, South Carolina, and like Virginia, the main eastern. I think Georgia might be touching the water. If you're north of Virginia, I really feel like you'd say northeast, not just east. Just hopped off Fort. Correct. So, if I had to guess, you're probably somewhere either Virginia or like the Carolinas. Correct, Maine. Yo, George. I wasn't guessing for you, but like, oh wait. What? Bro, you got that so quick. I've been to Maine before. I didn't even think about that. I forget Maine. I guess Maine is all the way east. But at the same time, I haven't. Wait, who are you saying correct to? If you haven't been to Maine, I thought you were saying you. Oh, I was correct. I thought you were saying, hey, yo, George was correct about Maine. I was, yeah, he was confused too. George was confused too. I thought you were saying he was correct about you living in Maine. That was so I was correct about guessing, what was it? What did I even say? Carolinas and Virginia. Somewhere in that area. Yes, okay. I'm not going to specify beyond that, but that's pretty cool. See, I use my brain right there. My bad. You're all good. Because I was like, if you say Florida, if you lived in Florida, you would just say Florida. And I felt like Georgia, I can't remember if that is touching the water, but you just probably say like south. And then if you're above like Virginia, you'd say like northeast or just north, or like around New York or stuff like that. I was trying to think very hard there. So you're not like, actually no, you're a good bit away from me. Probably like 17, 18 hours. No, not 17, 18. Probably 10 or 15. What is happening in the photo? Okay. So this is a shot from a video I'm working on. But I want to make him glow. So, and he needs to be transparent. So I'm slowly masking out my friend. So then I can go back and make him transparent. And then and then blue. So he's like a force ghost. So, but if you just see this, I can see where that seems really weird. It's just editing. It takes a very long time. Yeah. Let's see. I'd go farther down. But it's coming along pretty good, and it's a pretty convincing like mask, honestly. He just needs to be a little bit like higher up. I feel like it kind of looks like he's stepping pretty close. He needs to be like right there. It kind of looks like, you know, that clip of the one, like, whoever it was, guy, like the foreign guy at one of like the Olympics for the gun shooting competition, where he doesn't have like any equipment and he's just there with his gun, his whatever pistol they use, and like it became like a big meme because everybody else has like all their fancy glasses and whatever. I saw that. Yeah, it looks like, here, let me find it. It looks just like it. Guy gun Olympics. I'm sure it'll pop up. That's awesome. Guy gun Olympics. And this is what pops up like immediately. You gotta see it. That. It's pretty similar. That's actually really great. What kind of MacBook do I stream off of? It is a beefed up one. It's not the Air, it's a Pro. It's an older Pro. But it's still like the M series. I had a MacBook Air. I used to have like the M1 MacBook Air right when it was new. And honestly, I love that thing. But eventually I was like, I need something better. And I traded it in. But even like a MacBook Air runs really well for most things you're going to do. It's just like whenever I was starting to edit stuff and I'd have like After Effects open, I'd have Premiere Pro open at the same time while like going through websites trying to get like stock footage or whatever. I was like, this isn't enough. Or like streaming. Because having OBS and like Twitch and YouTube and After Effects open, it's just a lot more demanding than just After Effects. But yeah. I just bought a 16 inch MacBook Pro M4, but I wasn't sure how I could stream on it. I was thinking about starting streaming, but I have no idea what to do or even how to start low. Okay, so I'm not streaming off the built-in webcam. Let me see. This is the built-in webcam right here, and then this one is like a, let me find it. So I'm starting with cameras. What is it? Ozbot Tiny 2 Lite. So don't worry about the AI powered whatever. The Tiny 2 Lite, the light one is like, let me do this. It's like $150. If you get on sale, it's like 100. If that's too expensive, you can get the ones that don't have a gimbal. The Ozbot just like Meet. And if you get the Ozbot Meet 1, it's like 100. It's like 170 to 100. If you get the Meet 2, it's like 130. So that's these are like really solid webcams for a really reasonable price. Is like Ozbot. So for webcam, for a mic, really any mic works. I have a Yeti Blue, so let me pull that one up. This mic right here. It's the blacked out Yeti Blue. And then on top of it, I bought like a $45 mic stand, which isn't required because it comes with this thing. But this one I can move all around. And then like it came with a pop filter and a windscreen. So just find yourself a decently cheap mic and you're usually fine. Watch a YouTube video on it. If you can get something like Ozbot, it'll be good webcam. So for streaming, I always recommend OBS. OBS is like a built-in platform. Let me show you what it looks like here. It looks like this. And then I downloaded a mod for it where I can stream to multiple places. So up here, I had Kick. I used to stream on Kick, but I also have YouTube. So I'm streaming to YouTube right now and to Twitch. So if you want to get this, it's just like it's a free mod. But OBS, you set up a stream key through YouTube. So like on the YouTube thing, this is complicated. On YouTube, you can hit go live, and then there's a couple different options. And if you don't go through like the stream from webcam, but you go through the stream through like some other program, whatever it says, it'll give you a key, and then you put it here in OBS, and then you can stream from here. On top of that, the hard part about MacBooks, where did you go? Hard part about MacBooks, you can't play as many games. Like Windows has you're able to play more games on Windows, but like Minecraft, Roblox, all that loads pretty well. But yeah, that's the basics. There's a lot I just told you. So decent mic. If you're gonna get a webcam, I'd recommend like Ozbot, or do your research for other webcams, and then OBS. Oh man. Oh. I see Autobots affecting you. I don't know what is Autobot. What's Autobot blocking this time? Autobot's so funny. Autobots gets people every time, and it's always hilarious. I just like the S word. Man, Autobot's great. I personally don't swear. I don't usually like make a big deal if it's in chat, but if Autobot stops it, I'm not gonna like do anything about it. Yeah, you took a lot of notes on what I said. You wrote down on that. That's great. It took me a lot of trial and error. I used to stream off a super cheap, Surface Book. It's like this a Windows laptop, but it's an old Surface Book. Super cheap Surface Book. So like an old one, this Windows laptop. It was terrible. But I used to like read the Bible on streams. I read through the whole Bible over the course of like a lot of streams. And I did that with nothing. And then eventually my grandparents were like, I really like what you're doing. We want to support you. What can we do to like make this better for you? And eventually they decided, hey, I want to buy you a nice mic. And so they bought me my $100-something mic and said, you're basically like doing missionary work. Keep on going with it. So that's how I got my mic. But I kept on streaming on the Surface Book, built-in webcam, nothing fancy, just webcam and me, nothing on the screen. And then eventually I was like, I want to start streaming like games once I got my new computer. And I set everything up and I started streaming Minecraft for a while. And then eventually I kind of quit streaming for a little bit, but I'll come back to it lately. But yeah, it took me a long time. I watched a good probably like 20 YouTube videos on the best cameras I can get, because what looks the best if you have money is you buy like an actual camera with an actual lens. W grandparents for real. Yes. If you buy an actual camera with an actual lens, it will look the best. It's going to look better than any like whatever thing you can get, but that's going to cost you upwards of $1,000. And that was out of my price range. So I got the light edition of like the Osbot gimbal camera, and it looks pretty good. And like if I turn it on, you know, it can track me. So it'll follow me around. Or if I get where I want it, I can lock it in place. I can zoom in. And I can zoom back out. And there's other gestures, but I don't use any of them because I forgot what they are. What? That's wild. Yeah. It's amazing for what the price is. For like 150 bucks. It was on sale for like 120, I think, when I got it. So especially 120 bucks when it's able to like follow me around and do all that stuff. It's really cool. And then there's like a software you can download for it that makes it like even cooler. You can do more with the software. But I haven't learned how to use all that yet. And the quality is good too. Yeah, it's 4K. It's a 4K camera. And that's why when I zoom in, it's a digital zoom. So it's zoomed in to 1080p right now. And like 1080p is like pretty good quality for a camera anyways. But when like when it's 4K, it can do that, and it looks pretty awesome. What really helps is how big the sensor is. Because like for a phone, it can be 4K, but when the camera is like just that tiny little circle, the pixels are so tiny that it can only let so much light in, only get so much detail. Like you just have to make the camera bigger if you want to get more detail. And so this sensor is like noticeably bigger than like my phone camera. It doesn't have as much like processing and like software stuff, but it just is able to get more total like color and quality than my phone is. And it looks pretty good. Oh yeah, that's an option too. So if you don't want to spend money on a webcam, you can get like a cable. Just connect your phone to your computer with a cable, and you can set your phone up just like that and have it like record you the whole time. Your computer, since it's a MacBook, probably has a built-in way you can do it without a cable. But if you use a cable, you're not relying on like Bluetooth or whatever. But that's always a really solid option that's like free. I just didn't want that because I like being able to use my phone. I'll check text, I'll check if the stream's running, whatever. I just like having it available. And then I don't have to set it up or anything. It's just ready. But don't think you have to spend money if you don't want to. Yeah, I will tell you, I have gotten like a good bit of hate from streaming, like from people that I thought were friends, and like other people. Just some people think it's weird to stream, but those people are also usually like the most self-conscious and care what other people think. And if you start streaming and you can build up like an audience, because I used to kind of have an audience more than I do now, it's worth it. It's so much fun hopping on, especially when I used to stream every night, and like these same people would always be there, and I could have like the funniest conversations. That's worth people thinking, oh, you're a little weird because you play games online or whatever. Because I can guarantee you're having 10 times better of like a life, 10 times more fulfilling than them, who are always constantly worrying about like, oh, they're nerdy, oh, whatever. So I eventually just got tired of people like thinking I'm like nerdy or I'm weird, whatever, and just living and doing things that I know are right and I know are fun. And it's a whole lot better. Respect. Yeah. It's definitely the way to go about it. I mean, my self-esteem was really low for a while, and my confidence is not there. And like, now that my confidence is higher, suddenly like people think it's a lot cooler to do whatever I do. Like, one thing I always did that I used to get hate on was crazy socks. Like, I just wear like fun socks, like sometimes like Krispy Kreme Twinkie socks. I had socks that were like beans of sunglasses and said cool beans, just whatever, and it's fun. But people are like, oh, you're so weird, whatever. And now it's like, oh, that's hilarious. And a lot of it's just confidence, and also I've been working out, and now that I'm cool, it's cool. And I think it's dumb. But basically what I'm getting at is, don't let people stop you from doing what you're gonna enjoy. You just described my socks. I know people don't get it. It's so much fun being able to pick out socks that like fit my outfit, because I kind of wear like, well, actually this this is a Starbucks shirt, except instead of saying Starbucks, it says New York City, and the Starbucks lady is actually the Statue of Liberty. So I was gonna say I wear boring t-shirts. I normally do, but it just kind of like spices up the outfit. It's a conversation piece, and it's just like a good way to express yourself whenever you're a guy and like there's not much you can really wear or do to express yourself. Or even if you're a girl, I mean, it's also fun to express yourself. I don't want to like be limiting here. But I used to get so much hate, and I still do get hate sometimes. And those people, trust me, are not having fun compared to me. I can tell you that much. Because I have been living life. And once you tune those people out, it just feels so much better. Bro, I usually wear metal band or wrestling shirts. I mean, that's good for you. That's fun. That's a vibe. I kind of like that style. I don't wear that. I like some graphic print t-shirts, but I don't usually wear graphic prints. I usually wear like plainer t-shirts. They might have like a little logo or whatever, but I try to keep it kind of plain unless it's like something I'm trying to represent. Like the college I work for, or my personal, like I have a Nightboard t-shirt that my friend made for me. But aside from that, I kind of keep my shirts plainer. And it's more like there is like the like I express myself. You can see about who I am. I have fun socks, whatever. But it's not just about the socks. It's about who I am. This music is like 2010s music, but like piano. It's supposed to be background music, so I guess it makes sense. But it's really like, it's just kind of cracking me up. Because I definitely was not expecting this music during the stream. On and on and on. I hate you, I love you. What is all this? Yeah, this shouldn't be better. This should be more like gentle music. We'll see. This is still cracking me up. It's definitely the guy that shooting the gun at the competition. And the mask makes it so much more stoic. This mask right here. Oh, there's the outfit. The Stormtrooper outfit. I love this mask. This thing was like the best purchase I made. See, I would get on here and stream just random stuff that I'm doing. I think that'd be fun. Maybe I should place the Amazon order a little. Yeah. It's a lot of fun. Main thing is be good at talking to yourself. I'm not great at it, but I'm okay. But like a lot of the time, you are just talking to yourself. There's a little bit of interaction, but you gotta be able to like have a conversation where there's not other people. I'm the best. I know you're the best. We talked about this earlier. I know you are great, but it's harder than you think to like have a conversation with yourself that's fun to listen to. And if there's only like one person there, or if there's a bunch of people there and they're not really typing, it's gonna be awkward. So have a way to lead a conversation. I'm trying to get better at it. If you can think of like stories to tell, that's always fun, like while you're doing something. Or if you can have like something that you're doing that is just interesting enough that just narrating it is fun. And if you can, once you start getting viewers, if you can just have conversations with them, because that's super enjoyable. That usually goes pretty well. It's more natural, better engagement, because it's. Have you ever watched the co-working/studying streams? No, I have not. I have streamed myself doing homework before, if that counts. I don't know where you're going with this. Ooh, I've been streaming for a while. Okay. They usually put like Pomodoro clock on there and they play music in the background. But I'm not sure they get the clock on there. I'm assuming there's a way to do that on Twitch or like OBS. I gotta search this up. What's that? Pomodoro clock. Oh, okay. This kind of thing right here. Oh. Clicked off. Trying to expand it. I mean, there's a way to do it. It's a clock where you study for like 50 minutes, take a 10-minute break, etc. Okay. But it's digital, of course. Yeah, it's probably a plugin. Or if they're streaming through like certain things, it might be built in. OBS is the most standard. So, clock mod OBS. Time and date overlay, or a timer mod. How to add a countdown. Yeah. So there's ways to do it. You just have to watch a video on it for sure. Probably Pomodoro mod for OBS, but cool. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it should not take long at all. And especially once you get set up, you're set. So, for what you're talking about, these streams, is it like someone doing work, or is it just they have like background stuff going? And like do you watch them to keep track of your own studying? Because I've never heard of this before. They're doing work, and then the viewers stream it to work with somebody. So studies like somebody like in the background. They don't talk. They're just focusing on the work, and then they'll take a break and talk to the chat for like 10 minutes. Okay, that's actually really cool. I feel like that I could see being a popular thing for sure. Okay, yeah. So yeah, just mod, and then that's a really good way to keep yourself motivated too. If people like expect you to do work, and you have that accountability, that would make it so much easier to do like homework or whatever it is you're doing. That'd be really nice. This is the song Imagine. I just realized that. Exactly. That's a good idea. I like that a lot. One other thing about streaming. I'm going to try to connect my phone so I can show you this. Once I figure out how to add my phone. Capture card. Screen media source, maybe. There's a way to add my phone. Video capture device. Device. Camera. Smart. Okay. There we go. Is that working? This is my setup here. So we got the computers going. We got lighting. Got the mini fridge on this side. On this side, we got the work setup as well. So we got a lot of screens here. But down below, we got 3D printer, more lighting, more lighting. So you want to have a lot of lighting whenever you're live streaming. That's a big thing. So, yeah, native on Mac. Can you do the iPhone mirroring thing? Yes. I forgot that you could, but I'll show you what I just did here on OBS. So let's just delete this so I can do it again. So you're gonna create new video capture device, and then you can select your phone, which I don't know what I did the first time, but that's how you get to it. Yeah, okay, I gotta get this thing done. But yeah, that's the streaming setup. There's a lot of lighting involved because without the lighting here, my face just looks blue or red. I thought you were trying to show your phone screen on the stream level. Oh no, there's a way to do that too. Oh yeah, it's the iPhone mirroring. This is just like an app. And so, if I wanted to hold on here. So if I turn my phone on, hold on here. I'll do it in a second. I'm texting my girlfriend. She's going to bed. That's a little bit more important than this. Okay, let's put my phone in reduce interruptions mode. Lock your phone. Connecting. Okay. This is having so much trouble. If we want to get on Block Blast on my phone, we can do that. But it's having trouble here. Because my computer's messing with it, apparently. Oh yeah, high score, 288,000. Oh, we're dead. But yeah, that's what it is. That's a cool room. I thought you were trying to show you. Oh, I didn't see that's a cool room. I've spent so much money. I've been working for a while. I mean, years. Yeah, I bought my MacBook Air that I used to have in like, I want to say going into 8th grade or sometime in 8th grade, or it was like summer, it was winter, sometime in 8th grade, or maybe a little after. My high score of 55,000 was good. I gotta just show off my high score sometimes. It took me a long time to get it, and I feel like I don't ever tell anybody, and then it's just funny that I have a really high score and just act like it's nothing. No, 55,000 is really good. Once you hit that level, you can really get any high score. It's just a matter of a good game, because I very rarely get like in the 100,000s. That's extremely rare for me. I almost always die at like 20 to 30,000. It's just good games that I will not die that early. But yeah, my room. After I upgraded the computer, though the LEDs make the biggest difference in making your room feel cool. 3D printer was sick. I bought that for my friend Brax before he moved for like $100, and it's worth a good bit more than $100. But I've been using it for a while, and it's paid itself off, because I'll sell like 3D printed stuff to people in my school, and I've made back probably double what I've spent on it. And then my mini fridge on sale, $60 at Walmart. Best purchase. I have Chick-fil-A Polynesian sauce, mustard, ketchup, ranch. That's what's in my fridge right now. 4 types of sauces and nothing else. Because I can't afford to be buying like non-stop food to keep it stocked up, because I eat food so much. So the only thing that really stays in there for long is my sauce, which is so bad. And from there, I got my computer set up like on the right side for work. I didn't pay for that. That was from the work. But it's kind of just down to like what you value, because when I bought all this stuff, what kind of lighting should I buy? LED lights. Let me pull this up. I want to find what I got. It's nothing expensive. Like, that's honestly overkill. Ooh. $39. Ooh, multiple colors? Something like this right here. Look at that. This is like really comparable to what I got. You got this little, not the strips, but you have the whole like white lights you got. Yeah. So you got like this little like button thing right here. And these. And I would assume. Yeah. So. Are these modes? Okay. So mine can't actually change color. Mine has like these strips you put in front of them if you want to change their color. But these look like they're actually change color. So you can get it. Ooh. Yeah. So I would recommend getting these lights just like this. Some cheap just lights. Go like $40. Set it on like a natural color. Right there. If you have if you're really pasty white. Or you're really like dark. I'm not sure which one's best for you. Start with natural and see if warm or white fits you better. But just a cheap light kit like this is all you need. And then if it's not diffused, like sometimes it's still like really harsh lighting. What I did was I put a t-shirt over each shirt, like a white t-shirt or just some sort of white fabric. And it helps make the light look a lot softer. And it's not like this harsh, like straight, like flashlight type light. It's like a really nice, gentle kind of soft light. But I don't know, just look around, see what deals you can find for something like that. It doesn't have to be that exactly. Hey, I'm almost done after an hour, 17 minutes of editing. I can make one of like 3 or 4 of my friend in this. Because he's going to pop up. I think I hope it's 3, not 4. Because this takes so long. So, I hope that helps. I mean, I'm assuming it does. If you don't want to go that route, I'm trying to think. Over beside me this way. Let's see. This light right here. That was in the clearance section at Walmart for, I want to say $20. It's hard to find stuff like that consistently. But if you can find just like a ring light or something cheap, like on sale, you can usually get that looking pretty good too. It's just kind of messing around and making sure it's even. And also, you don't want the light to be right next to the webcam. If the light is like right where the webcam is, it's gonna look kind of bad. If you can get the light more from like multiple directions or like both sides of the webcam, it's gonna look better. So keep that in mind. I probably could have just tracked them. And now that I'm thinking about it, I feel like there's a built-in something with Adobe After Effects that I could have done instead of manually cutting him out for every single frame. So I think for this shot, first thing we're gonna do, warp stabilizer. Is that not a thing? Stable. What is the thing? I was just spelling it wrong. So we're gonna see how much this actually changes. The cutout's pretty good. Listen to Jingle Bells. I'm skipping this. 40, 17, 18, 56, 60% stabilized. Oh, I think I might have done the wrong thing. No motion. That's a different kind of stabilization. Is that better? So that needs to be later. Let's also do the warp stabilizer on this one. No motion. This isn't messing thing up. I keep on trying to drink my Sonic drink. I had a cherry limeade and it is very out. If I drink that, what's left in there, I'm just gonna get straight lime juice. I was just looking.
Going. Airsoft to the back. Airsoft to the back.
So that needs to be like right there. That's pretty good. Boom. Boom. Right there. You can see the little boom. And then like 3 frames hits his back. So first thing, he needs to fade in. That's like a big deal. Fade in. Duration, let's make it last 2 seconds. And then fade out. Let's also make so now total opacity is going to be set down to like 80. And we're going to mask the feather to like a little bit. And then hue and saturation. New question: if I have an Xbox and want to stream a game off that, is that a possibility by linking it to my MacBook somehow? Yes. I'll explain it in a second. That's fine. Okay, so basically, if you want to use your MacBook and not just stream fresh from the Xbox, there's something called a capture card. These are kind of expensive, but basically what these do, so a capture card plugs into the HDMI cable that's supposed to connect your Xbox to your TV, and then it allows your computer to take that data, and like you can make it like the video media source on your computer. And so then on top of that, you can have your computer also run a webcam and a mic on top of the built-in gameplay footage on the Xbox. So then you get all the quality of the Xbox, all like the gameplay of that, while also being able to have a mic and a webcam. That's good. And like you can control stuff, like you want to play music on your computer, whatever. You can do that, and you're not just limited to computer games. Maybe I need curves. Let's make it blue. Slight glow. Very blue. Blue more aggressive, like that. Whoa, can a MacBook handle that though? If you got an M4 MacBook Pro and it can't handle it, that's gonna be a problem, honestly. Like, I would be mad on your behalf if your MacBook couldn't handle that, honestly. Like, that's it should. If your MacBook couldn't, I would have a problem. Like, I'd have a word with Apple, honestly.
Airsoft to the back. Airsoft to the back. Block front.
So he fades in, fades out, shoots from the front, he blocks it. Yeah. Okay, so I'm good. Yeah. Like, I got the M1 MacBook Pro now, but it's like the M1 Pro chip. So the Pro chip is better than like the base chip. So like just because it has more cores, it's less efficient, but it just like the raw processing power is more faster than like an M2 or an M3, I think. And mine can handle it. I also have RAM. Do you know what your chip and RAM are? Like, is it just base M4, M4 Pro, M4 Max? Or is it, maybe it's Ultra, M4 Ultra. Can't remember. So it needs to hit them there. So it's gonna take, say 3 seconds. Or 3 frames. To hit them. How much RAM you have? I have 16 gigs of RAM. M4 Max, I think. So yeah, yours can 100% handle it. Because I got 16 gigs of RAM and like the M1 Pro chip. So yours is more beefed up than mine, and mine can handle just about anything. You are good, basically. So to make our our gun shoot like a blaster in Star Wars, is putting RAM a bad word? I don't know. Honestly, I've never heard that before. But if chat or AutoMod bans it, maybe it actually is something bad. I've never heard that before. I was kind of thinking, what does that even mean? Because I mean, am I just like oblivious? But I guess not. So I think it needs to hit them too. So first thing we want to do, AutoMod took that as the threat, I guess. Yeah, it looks like it. I don't know. I can't be threatening me. Can't believe you do that. Let's mask the path. Should have said how much RAM do you have instead of leaving out the word do. Yeah, can't believe you. I gotta remember the perspective of this. It's not like just linear, it's like coming out towards the camera. What's hard with this stuff is making sure it feels fast. Because a lot of the time, like what I run into is like the lasers don't actually, or the blaster rounds don't feel fast. They kind of feel like this slow, whatever. And I don't want to have to deal with that. So we're gonna move, it can move real fast. Okay, this is a banger song. This needs to be like a 1 frame later. We're gonna make it all the way right there. Then what we're gonna do is once it hits, it's gonna have a lens flare. Oh yeah, that looks pretty good. So it's just and then so what we do when we want to make this look real. M 1 2 3 4 M. We're gonna do what everybody knows. 3610 3060. Now 3. You know, the first one's be 3. 3 10 30 60 120. I control all that down. So in college then, yeah, starting out. It's not bad though. I'm just commuting. I just completed like the scholarship program a little bit ago. Got Mario. Recompose. Blend mode. Gonna make it screen. Okay, I'm pretty sure if I leave this up, I'm gonna get copyrighted. So we're gonna skip to the next one. Because I don't want to get copyrighted. Or you said you work for a college. Yes. So I work for a Christian college that's local. Like I edit podcasts and stuff. This isn't supposed to be red. Like for my job, I edit podcasts, but I don't go to the Christian college because they don't have what I want to do. Which I still don't know what I want to do. I'm split between like architecture stuff. I could go into like, I don't even know. Therapy is like an option that I've considered a little bit. It's just all there and it's hard to know. But I'll figure it out eventually. How do I get adjustment layer. There. Let's see. So the strat here. These 2 frames. We're gonna go lens flare. Trust. I know what I'm doing. And then make the lens flare right wherever it lands. And initially, make it super bright. Like, way brighter than you think it should be. And then lower it. Lower it some more. And then flare center is targeted as well. So that's there. So now, what we got so far, we have a force ghost. Fades
Airsoft to
in,
the back.
shoots him, and he reacts. And it looks pretty
Airsoft
good.
to the back. Block front.
And so when you have like all the sound effects, whatever, that's gonna look pretty good. Pretty good. I don't know what I'm talking about here. It's gonna look pretty good. And there's not a better way really to make them transparent blue than what I did on all of the stream. Okay, next stupid question. What is a stream deck for? I don't have a stream deck. A stream deck is like... Here, let me pull up a picture so I can explain better. So you can have this set up where it's just a bunch of buttons, so you can quickly do whatever you want it to do. So, if you wanted to open up like chat real quick, you can hit a button and open up chat without even doing stuff. Or if you want it to like control your lights, where your lights do something or your camera does something or whatever, you can make it do that. If you want it to be a soundboard, you can be like, whenever I hit this button right here, always plays a certain sound, or this button's a certain sound, or this one's gonna mute something. This one's gonna start a recording, this one's gonna power on something, whatever. It's just like a bunch of buttons that you can make do what you want. And they are useful, like right here. You can turn up stuff, adjust stuff, whatever. You can kind of program it however you want. I just haven't been able to justify spending money. Especially, I haven't been streaming very much lately. And when a reasonable one's like $150, I just can't justify spending that money. Let's see, how many more do I gotta make? So I got 1 more, 2 more, 3 more. This is gonna take a while. But that is for another night. So I'm gonna wrap up the stream here. Anything final, anything you want to talk about? I'm not gonna do any more editing. That's it for the editing side of things. So this is blind fold blocking. Save. And now that it's saved there, we're gonna also go ahead and export it just so that we can make sure we have a backup. It's not like required, but anytime I make a project, if I'm not gonna come back to it for a couple days, I always make sure that I have a save of it so I can make sure I can come back to it. I don't want to lose anything, and it's just like it's like a safety. So let's see what we got so far. We got the guy fades in, shoots him, fades out, and that's really solid. It looks good. I'm really happy with that. I'm really happy with that. Wow, that's loud. So let's go ahead and close it. So we can pull up the actual video right here.
so going. Airsoft to the back. Block front. Hit from side to side. Okay.
I don't like the warp thing that does right there. I want to fix that. I feel like he's not here for long enough to notice how he's kind of wonky.
Airsoft to the back. Block front.
That looks really solid.
Back.
The Force Ghost look works. It really does look like you kind of get shot with a blaster.
Airsoft to the back.
Like you don't even question that part. So that's pretty good. So why does it look so like blue now? Why did the color change? I'm not really sure. Let's see, how does this one look? This one still looks as like orange as ever. That color difference is like crazy. Huh. Well, thank you guys so much for watching. Had a good night, dude. Thanks for the info. It was great. It was real. I'm glad I could help you out, and I'm glad I'm getting work done because this project I have been kind of skipping out on and just been busy. I've been wanting it to get done, and it's getting done. So thank you so much for being here. Hope you have a great night. Until next time, remember God loves you, and goodbye.